Radio Free Radio Show.
When inspiration hits me, it gets me in a zone. A zone that allows me to be as far away from home as if I'm an extraterrestrial being seeing cosmos and comets. I'm on it like William Shakespeare was with sonnets, like how Athena is a goddess, like Nasty Nas is to Nostradamus. When I first started writing, I was modest, not really knowing the reason why I write until inspiration hit me and a force came within me. I write because I want to battle the impossible with the highly probable. My mind be outer space, sometimes I'm astronomical, not really all that philosophical like Aristotle, but comical, because I enjoy making people laugh their asses off. My pen awaits a blast off once it caps off. My fingertips have a mind of their own, moving this contraption frantically across the page, because sometimes if I let the rage stay inside of me too long, I will burst. I thrive off of the reactions of crowds when they say, out loud, like they are savoring a flavor seasoned with similes and metaphors, like my writing is delicious. I said cause my writing is delicious. Go ahead, chew it up, swallow it and digest it. I write because I'm speaking to the minds that are closed, knowing damn well they should have been open to get the message. Even if the message isn't crystal clear, I'm still here, writing and reciting, creating lyrical masterpieces, painting pictures with my words like I'm a modern day Van Gogh, but I'm a present day star on this starry night. I write because it's more than a therapy session. This is a God-given blessing. I'm repping for poets everywhere whose weapons are their tongues and their minds, who grammatically design from their minds to paper, from paper back to their minds and their targets, an audience that will listen. I feel as if I can speak as magnificent and reminiscent of the great poets before me, from the Langston Hughes to the Maya Angelou's, from the Edgar Allan Poe's to the spoken word artist whose flows are as abstract as artwork from Picasso, cause writing is in my blood, running through my veins. From the ink that bleeds on these pages to the stages where I spit hot phrases, I write because I want to be seen and heard through my nouns and my verbs. I write because it is my sole mission in life to leave a little piece of my soul on these mics, and that is why I write.
And thus concludes another broadcast day here at Radio Free Radio.
Sure does.
Yeah.
I got a lot of energy right now, as you can
Clearly.
see. Man.
Don't let anybody tell you that running a radio station is easy.
If I thought I was, I just wasn't prepared for any of it.
No. Well,
I'm shocked at how unprepared.
Well,
and there's so much that goes into it, especially when, we essentially have employees.
yeah.
And we don't think of them as employees because they're our friends. And, like, you don't even realize that people may be feeling bad
Yeah.
and not feeling great. Because, I think you get into running this thing and it's you go. I think especially with us, I think we've made one gigantic mistake, and that's being idealistic over being realistic. And that's not necessarily bad, but I think it might be bad when it comes to business. And now we've got to figure out how to align our idealistic side with a realistic business plan.
Yeah.
And I don't think the two are going to jive.
Yeah.
So now we got to figure out how do we make this into a business? How do we make this into a viable business that's going to work? And there's no easy answers.
No. We definitely knew it wasn't going to be easy. I love the talk block. I love the shows. I love being in here every night. I love doing live radio.
Yeah.
I think that was one of the crucial mistakes we made, though. Doing that right off the launch.
Oh, basically. I think so.
think that should have been something that we kind of nurtured and fit in when shows were ready, and instead of just jamming it all in. And when we had the people, most importantly, and I'm not just talking about the shows, I'm talking about backups, like
So things, producers, people that are producing shows and that aren't us.
Yeah.
And now how do we go back and retcon that stuff? How do we fix it? I don't know.
We're months in, like half a year in,
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah, and obviously Patreon support, I feel like we've topped out.
Possibly, we've topped out of pretty much people we know. Like, there's no way we're getting any more from Patreon from people we know. We have to go outside of our circle.
You know what I worry about one thing. I worry that we were so big on, like, we created this thinking, oh, people want radio. They want, they want that kind of 70s indie radio back. And I don't know, maybe they don't.
I don't think that's true, man. I think they do. I think that we just live in a world where 8 o'clock to midnight is not when they want their radio.
I worry that they want their radio, at least their talk radio. They want their talk radio when they want it.
But I think...
And maybe that involves building out a more robust system for getting on-demand content.
I also think that if we had shows on during the day, which just right now it's unfortunately just not feasible. But if we had shows on during the day, I think they would do well.
If they were live.
Yeah, because people would be at work, and I've told I've had many people tell me that they would listen while they were at work. Just
yeah, but people tell us that they would listen, just that they would listen, and they don't necessarily listen.
Yeah, but
I'm not saying, oh my God, these people are terrible, because they say, yeah, well, I'll listen and I'll support, and then they don't listen and support. I get it. Like, I don't know. It's hard to listen.
We're up against television from 8 to midnight
and podcasts.
Trying to pry people away from television at 8 to midnight. I think we're getting a decent amount of people that listen to the show live, that consume the content from the Patreon, and that watch it on YouTube. I think it could be more, for sure. But
I mean, even the YouTube videos, I feel like top out at 30, 40.
Yeah, that's not great.
It's not great.
But they're not getting pushed at all either.
I guess the point is it's not sustainable for as a business. So I think that's where we need to refocus. What is this? The Truth Cast? This is ridiculous.
Welcome.
I'm not supposed to air dirty laundry like this.
It happens.
The problems that go into a noble endeavor like this. I think that's the other problem. There's a bit of nobility to this. That we're trying to trailblaze something, and honestly, it doesn't help with the turmoil in my life right now.
Yeah.
That's something that we're constantly starting to run into more and more. There's the issue with my health, which is getting better every day, but the problem with my health getting better is that I apparently have to go through a lot of pain to get to that better part. And all day today, I very seriously thought that I was having a heart attack earlier today, and that doesn't make anything. And it's looking like it was just anxiety from a situation, and not a bad situation, but a situation I think that needed to happen. But it doesn't help when I'm making so many changes in my life that require a lot of work, because right now I'm just working. I'm working at work. I'm working at Secret War.
Yeah.
I got the secret thing. I've got the working out aspect where I'm physically working, which is really, really tough for me because I've never done it before. I've never cared enough about myself to worry about my physical state. So, you know, I've got the whole 40th approaching, which is really trying to make a lot of changes because I'm getting to the point where I can't ignore that stuff anymore because I'm dying quicker. You know, I've got to a point where I wasn't feeling well. So I've got all of those changes that I'm making. And then on top of that, you know, obviously the station and everything that's going on. And right now I'm beyond stressed. It's at a really, really, really bad point for me. And not to mention everything that I'm doing with the one crutch that would always make me feel better in these situations, I can't rely on anymore because I've completely changed my eating habits.
Yeah. That's what's happening to me right now is I'm relying on eating, and it's awful. I hate it, but I got nothing else. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I can't.
Clearly, you know.
I can't even do that.
Yeah.
I don't really have time for video games, which was my only other outlet. I just don't have time for it. You know, I was going and watching some TV in between shows, and that's helping a little. It's a bad time right now, but you know what? We push through.
Endure.
It'll help to get a little structure into the station finally, which needs to happen.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's nice that we've got people who are right there with us and care enough about the station to say, hey, we need you guys to do some things, you know?
Yeah.
I know that sounds kind of backwards, like, oh, we should be mad because we're being called out for dropping the ball in some places, but it's coming from a place of, hey, we're concerned and we're here to help you guys, but we just need to know how to help, and we need to know that you guys are serious about moving forward with everything, you know? So this has been uplifting.
Yes.
Let's end with a joke.
Poop.
Anything funny to say?
Poop is hysterical.
I feel beat up.
I know, man. It's only Tuesday. And
It's only Tuesday. At least it was 80 degrees out there. At least it's
Yeah.
70 degrees
You know,
outside.
and hopefully that's a trend. Last week was not so great out here,
No.
which has been really physically abusive to the body.
It's been a bad summer.
Yeah,
It's
Yeah.
been a bad summer for a lot of things.
we've dropped a lot of shows. If you're looking to do a show, when we say this, we're not kidding.
No.
If you're looking to do a show, you can hit us up, info@radiofradio.com, and just let us know what your idea is,
Yeah.
and we'll help you flesh it out. One thing, have a producer. Have you know, somebody who doesn't mind, you know, coming in and learning. I'll teach you. Come in, learn the board, learn, you know, all the camera stuff. But have that in mind when you approach. I can't take on any more shows. I can't. As a matter of fact, I need to start unloading shows because that's why I'm dropping the ball. I'm here every night. And
I mean, there's reason. It's not like we're not dropping balls on because we're screwing around.
Yeah. It's just I'm maxed out, and on the other end of the day, you know, I'm with the kids and trying to do the day part of this job. And it's just, you know, it's a lot, and didn't realize it was going to be so much. So, but again, if you're looking to do a show, hit us up. But bear in mind, have have that third person, have that fourth person, that somebody who does not care about being on a mic, who will come learn the board and learn all the other stuff. Have that in mind, because that will be a great plus. I don't think we can take on any shows that don't have that from here out.
No.
I just can't.
No. Yeah.
So, and if you're listening to this and you're interested in being that person that comes in and learns the board, we're always looking for extra helping hands. We've got Dustin on Mondays and Jeff occasionally right now. Like, he's just been out of town a lot for work,
Yeah.
but we can always use the extra help, always. So just hit us up, come hang out.
What do you want to do about Wednesdays?
I don't know. That's going to be a whole discussion,
Because right now, I mean, we can't keep
doing
Just
Matt and
running.
Justin.
We can't keep doing Matt and Justin. We can't keep running reruns of Run to the Hills.
No.
We may have to go music. We may go Happy Place and then music. Move Happy Place into 8.
Yeah. We've got a couple things in the works, but and I know Don, I'm talking to Don. Don wants to continue doing the show. He's working through some rebranding, and we'll see what the final outcome is. But
For the immediate future, I don't see where that would hurt us.
no,
If we just go music on Wednesday and do a Happy Place at 8.
yeah,
And then
gives us a day off. in
that
the
gives
middle of the
you
week.
that gives us a day off in the middle of the week, gives you some time to spend with your wife.
Yeah.
Because we need to find a way to get balance in our lives.
Yeah.
I know Sarah yells at me for that because I don't adjust for the balance. Like I don't have any balance at all. It's literally work. And then when it's not work, it's worrying about work.
Yeah.
And it's worrying about future opportunities and past opportunities.
And it's not sleeping because you're thinking
And it's not
about
sleeping
work.
because I'm thinking about work.
Yeah.
Some sort of work. Or how do we make this better? Even if it's just I don't know. I think for the immediate future, though, Wednesdays, tune in for some Happy Place.
Yeah.
This is a great little show. Move that into the 8 o'clock spot, and then music. We'll showcase some music.
Yeah.
If you want to do a past barrel fire or something, but no live shows for the next
Couple
month
weeks,
or so.
Yeah, we'll see when Don's going to be coming back into the fold.
We'll see if we can find some new shows.
Again, we got a couple in the works, so we just gotta fluff them out and find people to run them.
Yes.
That aren't us.
Lots of fluff.
Yes. All right.
Yeah.
So we definitely kept it a tight 10.
Perfect. Let's go ahead and play that production.
You want me to play the production?
I do.
Hey, guess what, Matt?
Yeah.
There's no production.
Just like my life.